With my life going a little bit crazy these last few weeks, a bit of upsetting news, as most of you, I'm sure, are aware of. I've had my finger off the pulse regarding the aliens and the UFO world, okay? So what I do is I collect things throughout the days, and I strategically place things and I make a video out of them, right? But like I say, today I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to Harry Mack this thing, and I'm going to go off the top of the dome, and I'm going to basically look at the things that you've sent me which you find interesting, and we can walk through it, all right? And by the power of editing, hopefully I should make this into something that is worthwhile for you to watch. Now, if you're into aliens and UFOs, this is what we cover here. We try to find out the truth, because I want to believe, okay? We all want to believe, and I do believe. I do believe that there's alien life, and I do believe that the UAPs out there, they're not just man-made objects, I think. All right? I'm pretty sure not all of it can be explained. Specifically the orbs, all right? And also what we do is we do reactions to the horror, the paranormal, the real ghosty woasties, which is quite extreme reactions in comparison to what you're seeing now. So if that interests you, please subscribe and help me get to 1 million subscribers, all right? So, like I say, we're going to go off the top of the dome, and we're going to head over to X, my account, Caspersight. Go over there and follow, all right? So, I have saved a few things first off the bat. Now, I have seen a few, screenshots and videos of this particular orb that was basically crash landed, and I think, and this is what I'm saying, I'm not too sure, so we're going to do it in real time, right? Let's just watch this. This is from Shazza UK. Caspersight, hi lovely, I hope this isn't sensitive. This is insensitive to send you this during this time. Hugs. Truth Poll posted, breaking, radiologist examines UFO sphere that crashed in is it Buga, Colombia? Let's take a little look at this. It goes on for 4.5 minutes, so let's just take a little look, find out what the hell's going on here.
El jueves 1 de mayo del 2025, el señor José Luis Velázquez, especialista en rayos X, realizó una serie de sorprendentes pruebas a la esfera Buga, la cual cayó a tierra después de recibir una
one second, this is, I think, according to Pythagoras, this is the one that this is this one, right? This is
a suspicious incident was reported in Jora village of Guayor district after a bright spherical object weighing 50 kilograms fell on a rice farm. The villagers claimed that the ball-like object spiraled from the sky and fell on the ground, creating a 2 feet deep crater. As soon as the news of the falling object spread among the villagers, locals rushed to the site, where they discovered a large
Is that got the same markings?
Spherical object lying in the field. The area where the object fell had turned into a deep pit. The local residents informed the police, who arrived at the scene and initiated an investigation. Senior officers were dispatched to the location to assess the situation, while the authorities are currently unable to provide specific information about the object. Experts from Guayor have been summoned to examine it. Officials are awaiting the findings of the scientific analysis to determine the nature of the object.
Okay, so that is this then, right?
El jueves 1 de mayo del 2025, el señor José Luis Velázquez, especialista en rayos X, realizó una serie de sorprendentes pruebas a la esfera Buga, la cual cayó a tierra después de recibir una descarga de 10.000 voltios. Las imágenes obtenidas arrojaron resultados sorprendentes. En el interior, se puede observar en el contorno en tonalidad blanca una densa capa que la rodea, lo que es indicativo de que es muy gruesa. En tonos más grises, con menor densidad, se aprecia otro material menos denso que confirmaría que la esfera no es hueca y explicaría su inusual peso, que se ha logrado documentar de manera inexplicable, es variable. Asimismo, se detectaron una serie de 16 puntos que rodean al núcleo. Esto se trataría de microesferas. Al mismo tiempo, se observó un elemento de tonalidad oscura que se distribuye en el interior de la esfera de Buga, que revela que este material sería el menos denso, quizá poroso.
La radiología es una herramienta no invasiva, como pudiste ver, solamente atravesó la pieza. Nos habla de dos densidades diferentes, tanto en una imagen positiva como en una imagen... Esta es positiva, la otra es negativa. que denota una densidad de materiales diferentes, que sugiere que la pieza es una esfera externa más una parte interna. Aquí incluso si me acerco
okay, so it's like a shell and then there's something within it.
a la parte de este lado, hay otra densidad, ¿sí ven?
Uh-huh.
Sí.
Ahí se ve, la externa es una,
Almost like a core, right?
luego hay otra capa más delgada, luego entramos a otra, luego entramos a otra. Hay como tres capas de diferente densidad.
También destaca la zona ecuatorial de la esfera, donde se contabilizaron 32 puntos distribuidos alrededor de la circunferencia. Asimismo, las observaciones en rayos X presentan que la distribución de los elementos es homogénea y que por su densidad pueden tratarse de metales. El investigador Nacho Rojo sugiere que, por su composición, esta esfera pudo haber sido ensamblada precisamente para albergar en su interior esta clase de materiales. Se ha descartado toda posibilidad de que se trate de un objeto ornamental. De hecho, fue registrada desplazándose en el cielo sin elementos visibles que nos permitan entender cómo puede desplazarse en el aire. Asimismo, el investigador español señaló que no encontró en las imágenes evidencias de fragmentación o desprendimientos, lo que significa que la esfera de Buga se mantiene íntegra. Se apreciaron también los puntos que penetran la estructura de esta esfera en el área perimetral.
Concluyendo, doctor.
Es una pieza muy rara.
So they've ruled out basically man-made. That's what I'm saying, because, well, no, they haven't ruled that out. They basically ruled out that it's an ornament of some sort, because basically they're saying, why would you put all this stuff inside it when you're not going to see it? As if, you know, if it's an ornament, you'd probably make it hollow at least.
Diferente
That's
a lo
my
que yo he
theory.
radiografiado de diferentes cosas que he
Nunca
hecho.
había visto algo así.
Nunca había visto una pieza así. Te agradezco que me hayas invitado a radiografiarla, porque es una pieza única, con características muy sui generis. Pero justo ahí nos enfocamos y ahí no se ve que esto tenga soldaduras o uniones.
O sea, no hay soldaduras, no hay unión.
A lo que yo he visto,
So there's no welds. There's no welds. So, but what are these 32 points all about? Have they said that?
mira, he tenido la oportunidad de radiografiar muchas cosas. Piezas de roca petrificadas, he trabajado para paleontólogos, para el INA, en esculturas, en relicarios, en cristos de caña, en obras de arte de madera, en obras en piedra, en levantamientos de antropólogos, y en cosas de metal también he podido radiografiar. Esto se ve muy nítido y sí he visto soldadura.
What was that? I have seen welding and there
Soldadura.
is...
Y no hay evidencia
No
de que haya
evidence
aquí
that there
una
is a
unión o que
joint
esto esté
here.
soldado o unido.
En estos análisis
What the hell?
preliminares, las observaciones de analistas e investigadores coinciden en señalar que su composición es compleja, que tiene un origen artificial, que no tiene evidencias de soldaduras y que se trata de una estructura interna integrada por elementos de alta densidad. Asimismo, coincidieron en apuntar que es necesario profundizar más en diferentes análisis y pruebas para establecer su origen, y el cual
Could be
podría
from the
provenir
stars.
de las estrellas.
¿Usted lo escuchó?
You heard him.
El experto está con...
Although we've seen this guy before, right? So basically, this guy here, he's been called out a few times for faking, but I don't know whether the call outs of being fake are actually legit. Like, I don't think, but people have got actual proof that he's faked certain things. So anyway, I think it was last year or maybe the year before, it was massive viral news. As you probably remember, these little 2 foot or 2.5 foot aliens that he brought forward. Okay, they're like mummified aliens that look like E.T. And on X-ray, they found like these eggs inside their stomachs and things like that. It was really weird. And some people were saying, after research, these bones were actually different animal bones that they've just put together to make it look like a weird thing. But Anyway, there's a guy called Incredible History. He's got a YouTube channel, Incredible History. I highly suggest that you go and check out his documentary that he did. He actually went to Peru where this alien thing was found, and he spoke to the locals. And apparently these locals have known about these things for like centuries, okay? And he actually climbed to the top of a mountain to find like these markings of an actual, you know, one of these aliens themselves. But he's done a remarkable job. Check this out here, just a little. This is him now, like climbing up this mountain to find these markings of these aliens. So there's a split decision whether this alien thing that was found is real or fake. I think it's like a 50-50 split.
We made it.
But look. So yeah, anyway, his channel is called Incredible History, and I'll leave the link down below. So that's that. But going back to that like sphere, that silver sphere, which shows no welding marks whatsoever. Now, I've got a theory of this, right? Now, many UFOs show these spheres underneath the UFO, and I've got a feeling that these are propulsion for the UFO. The UFO is like the shell, right, that holds the ETs or whatever, but the spheres underneath, they're the ones that like move the thing, right? Hence why this thing can just flap about everywhere, right? And also, isn't this the sphere that, is it Bob Lazar was paid to like open up or something years ago? Let me just...
On a metal plate, when it was running, it produced a gravitational field of its own. Now this is something that we can't do. We can't produce any gravity. The only way we get gravity is from large quantities of mass. But there's no machine we can have that turns on that makes gravity. Like, you know, you can turn on an electromagnet and it makes a magnetic field. We can't make a gravitational field. Anyway, this device was producing that. Barry said, almost like he was bragging, go ahead, try and touch the sphere, and I couldn't. It pushed my hands away, just like two like poles of a magnet.
Like when you take two magnets and try to press them together and then push against each other?
Yeah, that kind of cushion feeling, but you can't get them together. The closer you put them, the more they push. But
and you felt that physically
with my hand. Yeah, now there's nothing that does that.
There was also the Betts family that found this sphere, and this thing was moving on its own. And there's a video that I did the other day, actually. You should go and check it out because it covers this sphere a little bit more like in depth. But mate, there's something going on with these spheres, man. Let's just go back to this.
Colombia just found the first piece of alien technology in history, and there's videos to prove it. You gotta see this story. This thing is being called the Buga Sphere. It was found in Colombia last month, and scientists have no idea how it was made. A glowing metallic sphere was caught on camera flying through the sky, descending silently, and then something insane happened. It didn't vanish. It didn't explode. It landed, and someone actually put their hands on it and picked it up. This isn't science fiction. This is real, and it might be the most convincing physical evidence of extraterrestrial technology we've ever had, if you can believe it. Videos started circulating of a floating metal orb glowing with shifting lights hovering low over the ground, no sound, no wings, no visible propulsion, and then it descended. I was gonna call it AI generated, but the way the orb moves and the length of the videos, technology just isn't there yet, so it has to be something else.
I've seen this one
guy got so
where he
close,
goes
he actually touched it. He says it was freezing cold, dense, and unlike anything he'd ever seen. At first it weighed about 4.5 pounds, but when taken to a lab it registered
Man, let me see him pick it up.
2 pounds. That alone raised eyebrows.
Let me just see the size of this.
It weighed about 4.5.
Yeah, it's probably, well, it's a bit bigger than a basketball. I'll give you that, but I mean,
5 pounds, but when taken to a lab, it registered 20.
That looks like a different size to me, mate. That size looks like a basketball.
Dense and unlike anything he'd ever seen. At first, it weighed about 4.5 pounds, but when taken to a lab, it registered 22 pounds. That alone raised eyebrows. It literally didn't.
What did he say?
At first, it weighed about 4.5 pounds, but when taken to a lab, it registered 22 pounds. That alone.
So that would then support Bob Lazar's theory about its gravitational pull, right? Would a gravitational pull affect its weight?
Raised eyebrows. It literally didn't change in size, but yet become 5 times heavier out of nowhere.
What?
But what scientists found next That changed everything. The Buga Sphere was analyzed by a private tech company specializing in electromagnetic detection equipment. What they discovered was impossible. The sphere had no visible seams, no welds, no way of opening it, nothing. But it featured a strange black belt, markings resembling unknown symbols, looking like a strange language that...
What's these symbols? I've got something here of these symbols. I'm just... I got some symbols a while ago, and I can't remember what it was from. Is there any markings of it like this? Let me use my photographic memory a minute. Right. Recorded that.
Doesn't exist. In the middle, it had what might be a quantum chip embedded into its structure.
A quantum chip? What they're making at the moment, or they've made, they are making or have made a quantum chip right now that has to be in its own container, its own room. It cannot be touched by any elements of any sort, any movement, any sound, any liquid. It's just got to be in perfect conditions for it to work. Look at this thing, man. Is this too good to be true?
And its surface, when exposed to fire, it doesn't heat up. They put a blowtorch on it and nothing. It didn't burn or get hot. When splashed with water, it evaporates the liquid instantly, but it stays completely cool. It just doesn't seem to make sense. How can you pour water on it and then it evaporates, but then you could just touch it and it's not hot? X-rays revealed internal mechanisms.
This is the little dots that they saw through the X-rays.
Real components, not random junk. This thing wasn't hollow. It was engineered, designed, built for some kind of purpose. And here's the thing. Just before it was handed over to Mexican journalist Jaime Maussan for further
that's it.
study, the team in Colombia received bizarre messages, some polite, some threatening, and one reportedly from Russia offering a deal for the sphere. Then again, I heard Putin isn't easy to make deals with. That's when the decision was made to get it out of Colombia. With official clearance from local authorities, Maussan brought the sphere to Mexico, where it's now under secure analysis. Could it be alien tech, or just a surveillance probe, a UFO from another dimension? Or maybe I've just been watching too much Joe Rogan.
What's the why is this different colors? What's that made out of comparison to the actual main metal here? I don't know what to make of this.
What you think? Is it real or not? I'll see you tomorrow. Colombia just found
look at this thing, man. Look at this thing. And so this is the recording at the bottom there of mate who's picked it up from the forest, right? And it's the same thing. This looks like moon, like maybe a sign of a moon. Oh man.
So did you guys hear about the Buga Sphere that was discovered in the forest in Colombia? Or were you...
Is that a pyramid maybe?
You distracted by all the other headlines?
Hang on, sorry love. Because I saw this other thing which interested me.
In the Petén region of Guatemala, they have just uncovered a discovery that will change the course of humanity forever. I don't know if you've heard about this, but here you can see them digging, and they come across the top of a pyramid here, and they're kind of speculators of like what it is. And as it gets deeper and deeper, the writing on it, I shouldn't call it writing. It's actually a type of Egyptian writing, an Egyptian petroglyphs, if you might call it that, but it's not quite Egyptian. The scientists are calling it a reformed Egyptian because it's a little bit different. But again, this is in Guatemala. This happened last week. These diggers are trying to show us what is on here. You can see now, look, here's some photos. It looks like some sort of sarcophagi under there, and then this pyramid next to it.
What the hell, mate? Is this real?
And as they get closer, look at that. It looks like an alien being. They said that all the writing shows that it shows the word for cousin, and then it shows the word for sky. And so it's saying sky cousins. They're about to open the sarcophagi in part 2 of this video, and it is going to blow your mind, the type of bonage that they find in here and the fleshage that they find throughout the sarcophagi. But I will post that in part 2. First, I want to look at this.
What's this bird type creature here? Look. And we've got planets here. Look at this, mate. Oh, what's this name again? I can't remember his name.
Doesn't that look like aliens? Again, this is like a reformed Egyptian, but it's showing aliens, and apparently it shows the history of the world, but not just for humanity, but
what's this?
Humanity, but for world, but not just for
what
humanity, but for another species that has been.
No, man, this is no, mate. What are people saying? This doesn't look fake at all. The bonage and fleshage, yeah. Quick Google search, and yep, nothing. Has this made it through the AI check? Because I can't trust anything anymore. It's true, man. It's true, right? This seems too good to be true. It looks like poured concrete. I've got to be honest with you. I'm a bit suspicious of this.
Living amongst us. Again, this is breaking news.
But then look at the lengths that people would go to fake it.
Change the course of humanity forever. I'm going to post in part 2 what we see in that sarcophagi. So go.
Yeah, man. I don't know, mate.
It's going to blow your mind. That's all I can say. So buckle up and hold on to your seatbelts. In the
what? Okay, so we said part
Colombia.
2.
In the Pei-10 region.
Just watch. Here we go.
So as I mentioned in part 1, scientists in Guatemala recently discovered this archaeological site that has a pyramid with reformed Egyptian petroglyphs on it. And then there's a sarcophagi. And they called in Dr. Remy Dini, who is the world leading expert on this kind of things, to come and open the sarcophagi and see what's inside it.
Here we go.
And I'm going to give you a warning. What's inside is going to blow your mind because it changes the course of humanity forever.
So why are we hearing it on the news then, mate? Why are we hearing it on every single television program known to man?
Part 1. In this site, it gives the history of humanity, and it shows that we have what they call sky cousins, that are human-like beings that have coexisted with us on Earth forever. And they said in it that the time will soon come that we will join forces as one and ascend to the next level together. But this is what was in the sarcophagi.
I actually saw a video where somebody was saying that this year we're going to be met by a particular I don't know why I can't think of the names today. Sorry, the Nordic. Somebody said that the first aliens that is going to happen very soon that we come into contact with would be the Nordics, and then after the Nordics is something else which looks a little bit more less human-like, and then it's going to keep on going until the end is going to be lizard people. Now I know, right? All right, I'm not going full on David Icke on you, but I'm just saying, don't rule anything out. When it comes to what's out there in space, potential beings, mate, there could be anything out there, right? There could be anything out there. I'll try and show you that video in a minute, but let's go back to this.
It is an alien body.
What? Hang on.
Guy. It is an alien body. They cleaned it up, got it super clean, and they put it on this blanketage.
What?
But it is a little freaky, and it's going to change the course of humanity as we know it forever. But you know, I'm not scared. I'm excited, and what comes is going to come, and we can't control it much. It's on Earth forever.
What?
And they said in it, forces as one and ascend to the next level together. But this is what was in the sarcophagi. It is an alien body. They cleaned it up, got it super clean, and they put it on this blanketage. But it is a little
blanketage with the fleshage, with the bonerage.
And it's going to change the course of humanity as we know it forever. But you know, I'm not scared. I'm excited, and what comes.
Oh, what the hell, man? What the hell? Hang on a second. This is the other thing that I wanted to show you, mate. Callan, Slapped Ham, he posted this on his X account, mate. Look at this stuff. This made me think about how maybe these UFOs can like become invisible, yeah, like cloaking. Look at this. What the actual F material is this? Glass? These are the things which are weird, man. I just wanted to show you that. I thought it was pretty damn cool. Oh yeah, right. Okay, so there's this video is going around at the moment called like it's just basically ball lightning. Like look at this. Watch.
What the fuck is that? What's eagles? Yeah, that's what I was telling you. What the fuck is that? I'm gonna step back. It's gonna zap us. Oh my god. Hey, amiga. Hey. Amiga.
What? I saw it, I was like, what the hell, right? I started looking at it, I was like, what is that? I didn't rule it out straight away. However, this writing became, like, did red flags for me. Because there's those videos that are going around with these massive magical lights going on. It's always in Vancouver. And the person has a dedicated TikTok page, right? Just put in these random or beautiful color transitions going on in the sky, and it's always in Vancouver. Whenever it's TikTok, he basically makes them, and it's the same font that he uses. Here we go, ball lightning again in Texas. These are like, this is 3 days ago. Why aren't you recording it? You got one job. Look at it.
Wow.
Look, same font.
This. I am recording at Bright Spirit. A possible ball lightning. It is hard to tell. It is circling my kitchen floor and it is singing.
Mate, I'm sorry, but if ball lightning came that close to me, I would fucking run.
It is circling my house. It is circling my house.
And that's an AI voice.
This thing is singing. Circling my house.
What is that?
What is that?
That's
same writing.
That's a UFO. That's a UFO. What is that? What is that?
This is, I'm telling you, this is the same person. Let me just try and find here. Yeah, this is the guy. Look, Vancouver. Not the same writing, I'll give you that. But look, is this his page? Yeah, this is his page. Here we go. Look at his text. Well, that's different again.
That's crazy.
This is just somebody who's really good at these effects. Look, all these things that we've seen. Vancouver, again. It's always Vancouver. I don't know why he's doing that. All of them. But, okay, so if that's his page, then where are these ball lightning ones? Look at this. I mean, it's very similar writing. I'll give you that with the red at the bottom and that. I saw the ball lightning, and the long version shows literally a black ball coming out of the electric. And it just looked like Matey's fake stuff. I'm not buying that ball lightning. I'm not buying it. Look, same bloody writing again.
We walked out and I'm like, what is it?
Whoa.
Hey, look at the orb that's surrounded, dude. Like fucking, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And on top, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
Look how good this is. Look how good this looks, man.
See how I move, it moves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, imagine yeah, it's really good, eh? Anyway, not having it. It's Caspersight, the Red Rover. The year before MH370 went missing, a man in Spain recorded the same phenomenon of 3 spheres orbiting commercial plane from backyard and posted the video on YouTube. What? Oh, mate. There's always 3. Maybe as these spheres are spinning around these planes, like going back to those spheres where they can become heavy or light, it's got its own gravitational field. It's doing some. It seems like it's doing something to the plane. That's got to be. When you've got 3 points of gravitational pull, it's going to be doing something to the plane, right? The same thing in Spain in 2013. What? Look at them. You can see them clear as day. 1, 2, 3. Mate, that's still such a bizarre thing. I need to look further into this. I want to get in contact with Matey, who covers it a lot. I want to get in contact with him and see what we can do here. Get some further information on this, because that is still such a strange anomaly that's nobody can yet explain, right? And I know that there was that CGI channel that debunked it. Well, they say they debunked it. They gave it their opinion, but their opinions of what it could be and certain things of, like, you know, I think they even went down to the particular vanish point where it vanished. They found the same graphics on a website that you could use or something like that. But then that theory has also been debunked. That's weird, man. These orbs. Now, I reckon that these, you know, the orbs that was like seen, a lot of them were seen in New Jersey with the New Jersey drones. Potentially, I reckon that these orbs are the beginnings or the ends of these metal spheres, maybe. Maybe they're all the same sort of thing. The plasmoids and these metal spheres are the same thing, maybe. I don't know. What do you reckon? UFO mania. Swarm of UFOs spotted in California? What? What? Are these all the orbs? Again? These spheres?
The mothership has arrived. What the hell is that?
Now, I understand why the quality is so crap, by the way, because first of all, it's at night, and this is probably an upload of a recording of an upload of a recording.
What the fuck?
What? There's no way these are drones, as in like man-made drones, like your hobbyist drones, because that's pretty dangerous. If you want to risk your £1,000 drone at least, but crashing.
Is this for real?
It is, mate.
Did you get it breaking apart?
I think I did.
What the hell?
What the fuck?
I know. But what's all this? What the F is this mothership all about? Is that the Queen Bee? What?
Wait, what's going on?
Oh, did that just divide? Oh no, it just got brighter.
Wait, what's going on?
Look. They're getting brighter. What the hell? They're all getting brighter.
They're all getting really bright.
Mate, I would love to see something like that. I would do somersaults if I saw something like that in real life. That's amazing.
Anyhow, we have scientists and military guys that have been working alongside of some of those dudes, and they are in our midst. When I retired, we knew of 4 different groups, and they were all humanoid. But they were all not the kind of guys who could walk up and down the street on a Saturday afternoon without being seen or responded to. But one of the groups of 4 looks exactly like us in the sense that it could be sitting here in this auditorium next to you and you wouldn't know it. Next to you in an airplane or a restaurant or a theater. They're in our midst, guys. This one group particularly is in our midst. And apparently since 1954, when Ike met them at Muroc Air Force Base in California, they've been working with us, trying to help us make that transition from adolescence into adulthood. And why are they doing that? Well, apparently this is the same group that had a hand in engineering our genetics 10,000, 100,000 years ago.
Oh, mate.
And if you want a little history on that
mate,
subject,
I might... hang on a minute. I might have to do a whole standalone video on this, mate, about, you know, aliens putting us here, our DNA mixed with theirs and stuff. Hang on. Yeah. That's what... hopefully I'm going to edit this into something that you can... you can watch, okay? But thanks for watching, mate. If you liked it, please make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be looking into more of this. Thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you have an epic week, mate. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.